In early 2025, YkmNace was moving fast. On May 18th, he had just dropped the Blim Brady EP, a playful but sharp collection of tracks that felt like a mini victory lap. Fans were buzzing, quoting lyrics, and pushing it online. But that same day, something else was happening. YkmNace released his debut studio album. For the underground scene, it was a huge moment. Two rising names carving out their space, but in totally different ways. YkmNace noticed. He listened to YkmNace's record, and while he respected it, he couldn't help but smirk. He felt some of the beats and flows were things he'd already toyed with months earlier in unreleased sessions. Whether it was inspiration or coincidence didn't matter. People in the scene immediately started whispering about similarities, fueling a low-key rivalry. While the talk around YkmNace was heating up, YkmNace had a folder on his laptop labeled simply, Dumpster. It wasn't meant to be pretty. It was a graveyard for raw verses, distorted hooks, and ideas that never made it onto polished projects. But the folder had a certain energy, loud, chaotic, and unfiltered, almost like rap scribbled in permanent marker across a trash can. He once joked in the studio, "These tracks are garbage to y'all, but they're gold to me. It's all in the dumpster." That joke turned into the title. 8 days after YkmNace's album, YkmNace dropped in the dumpster with no rollout. No flashy cover art, no big singles, no radio pushes, just straight SoundCloud, streaming platforms, and a quiet midnight upload. The timing felt deliberate to fans, like he was saying, "Cool album, Mikey, but here's what the streets really sound like." Some thought it was petty, others thought it was genius. Either way, people couldn't ignore it. By the next morning, fans had already flooded Genius with lyrics from In the Dumpster. At first, the submissions were rough, half-correct lines, arguments about whether a bar referenced a local beef or whether a punchline was a subliminal shot at YkmNace. The Genius community basically turned the release into a decoding session. Within days, YkmNace himself showed up on the Genius page, verifying tracks and adding annotations. He admitted that some lines were freestyled in one take, and others were direct jabs at people in the scene. He even confirmed that a few beats had been sitting around since before YkmNace's album, stirring the pot further about who was really copying who. The features were Christoph Beasy, Relaclas, YkmBass, YkmWayne, and 7Hey-O. What was supposed to be a throwaway project became a landmark in YkmNace's catalog. The rawness, the unpolished feel, and the timing made it unforgettable. For 17 minutes and 47 seconds, the exact runtime fans clocked the project at, it felt like you were inside his head, messy, loud, and brilliant. Looking back, critics on Genius and blogs pointed out how perfectly the timing worked. The Blim Brady EP showed his playful side, but In the Dumpster was the opposite, raw chaos. And the shadow of YkmNace's album only added drama, making people pick sides. Some fans swore YkmNace had copied the idea of dropping gritty underground chaos from Mikey's polished debut, while others argued it was the other way around. But YkmNace didn't care. For him, the project lived up to its name. "I threw it out there like trash and y'all dug it out the dumpster. Now it's treasure." 1. Release skit YkmNace calls Hopefulty Global Records to submit his album. Sets the tone of DIY ambition and awkward humor. 2. I Stole Yo Beat remix featuring Christoph Beasy. A remix showcasing Nace's playful competitive side, references taking inspiration or challenging other artists. 3. Defeat featuring Relaclas. A gritty track about setbacks, struggles, and overcoming obstacles with a collaborative energy. 4. Nickelodeon. Possibly a nostalgic or ironic track, could reference childhood, cartoons, or colorful chaos. 5. Talk Cheap and Cry Hard. A confrontational track about fake friends, people who gossip, and emotional resilience. 6. Armed and Dangerous. Aggressive energy. Metaphoric or literal threats about being ready for competition or haters. 7. When You Cry, YkmNace diss track. A direct diss track aimed at YkmNace, addresses personal or artistic grievances. 8. When I See You, remix, featuring YkmWayne emotional or reflective, possibly a response or continuation of a previous theme from YkmWayne's perspective. 9. Shot skit. Short skit could be a comedic or dramatic scene that bridges the first half of the album to the second. 10. City Girls Lash for Me featuring YkmBass collaborative track blending personal themes with social commentary or relationships. 11. Pain introspective, raw emotions, likely delves into struggles, mental state, or real-life challenges. 12. YNX unknown, meaning could be symbolic or referential, likely high energy or experimental. 13. Hit Tay Tay Up featuring 7 Hio energetic collab, could reference confrontation, playful competition, or street life themes. 14. Log Off, lame, Roblox nigga diss track, direct diss track, probably humorous or sarcastic, calls out someone online while keeping the digital Roblox theme alive. Well, see you next time, bye.